For too long, our great nation has been overrun by lawless raiders, twisted mutants, and those who would rather scavenge amongst the ruins than rebuild our future. But America does not belong to the weak. It does not belong to the mutant. It belongs to us. We are the Enclave, the rightful government and the last true patriots. The iron fist that will restore this land to glory. We do not compromise. Democracy is non-negotiable. The Enclave stands for order, strength, and the future of the pure-blooded American people. But the time for waiting is over. The time for action is now. Stand with us, and together we will cleanse this wasteland and rebuild a stronger, purer tomorrow. Join the Enclave today, serve your country, and secure your future.
Fallout 3 was one of my favourite games from my childhood. It's fair to say that when it came out, it blew my mind. Not that that's difficult, but one of my biggest complaints with the game is that despite being an RPG with some choices in it, you were more or less railroaded into siding with the Brotherhood of Steel at the end of the game and giving out the water for free to the unwashed masses. There's a certain cool faction which you can't join. Today, I wanted to imagine a Fallout 3 where you can join the real good guys instead of being forced to join the Brotherhood. A Fallout where you can join the Enclave. Real patriots will subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video. No one is denying that being able to join the Enclave is a bit absurd, but why not? Why the hell not? Sure, they're a little bit genocidal, but have you seen that sick vertibird fleet? At least they're not like the Brotherhood of Steel, who hoard all the cool technology but never seem to use half of it. They only used Liberty Prime after they had their hand forced. Players who don't mind just a little bit of murder and some less than good choices would really benefit from being able to join the Enclave. I think it would allow some great quests and would reinforce the fact that the game is about player choice. And besides, Liam Neeson, aka James, the player's dad, dies midway through the game, so it's not like he'd be there to judge you for not going down the goody two-shoes path.
Megaton destroyed? You? You didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
The Brotherhood of Steel is extremely narrow-minded, and for the members in the Capital Wasteland to suddenly turn all altruistic for some reason is highly suspicious. Never trust someone when you don't know their motives. The Brotherhood of Steel's mission is not primarily to enrich the people of America's lives. It is to gather technology and to keep it so that it cannot be used to cause another catastrophe like the Great War of 2077. They are not giving out life-saving technology to the masses, they are hoarding it. The Brotherhood wants the citizens and survivors of America to live without technology. I'm not sure if they're fans of Ted Krasinski or if they're just greedy bastards. The Brotherhood of Steel should be more like the Brotherhood of Steel, am I right? If you didn't like that word-based pun, you are now marked as an enemy of the state by the Enclave. The main story as a whole would probably be very similar to the story as it is now. Obtain a GEC to try and make the water purifier work, distribute the clean water to the masses, and destroy the enemy faction. The only difference is that with the Enclave, they would put just a little bit of poison in the water when they purify it. Just a tiny little bit. This water would clean all of the world of the mutants. You may not fully agree with this, but in the end, you are just following orders. There's a bit more to it than that though. Let's look at it in some more detail. The player would probably be able to join the Enclave after the Enclave storms the Jefferson Memorial for the first time. Instead of being able to fight back, perhaps you could decide to join with the Enclave. Just like in The Vault, James, the protagonist's father, probably thinks that this is now a good time to bail. As he leaves, he would make a comment about popping out for some cigarettes, but unfortunately, in this version of the story, he is accidentally shot in the back and killed. It's just a coincidence that the round in James's back is the same caliber as the one the player was using. The Brotherhood would probably need to take back the Jefferson Memorial shortly after the assault where the player joined the Enclave, however, and hold on to it with an iron grip. Maybe you could say a steel grip, maybe that's a better phrase. The middle of the Enclave story would be based around gaining resources, territory and manpower in order to meet their goals. There would be plenty of depraved shit included in this, such as liquidation events. You can use your head to imagine what this includes. What you thought of is now canon. I will talk more about these quests in details below, but for now let's focus on the ending of the game because I want to get straight to the juicy parts. The ending of the Enclave story could be some sort of 3-part epic which sees the player's hard work for the the Enclave pay off in some sort of crescendo of patriotic violence. First, you would need to clear out the Brotherhood outcasts. Although they're not as hostile to the Enclave as the Elder Lions Brotherhood chapter, they are still vying for control, so they have to go. We also can't risk the outcasts and the Elder Lions Brotherhood coming together in some sort of uneasy truce in the face of a much stronger Enclave. The Enclaves don't expect to be attacked at this point, so now is the best time to get rid of them. The outcasts are based in a bunker, so perhaps they could be disposed of with some sort of bunker busting missile. Perhaps before this mission there could be a couple of missions to get the necessary components to launch these bunker busting missiles. The second part in this 3-part crescendo would be to take the water purifier so that the Enclave can have control of the largest supply of clean water in the capital wasteland. This would be where the Enclave can enact their plan of putting the extra ingredients into the water to gently get rid of all the mutants in the capital wasteland. This objective would probably have to be achieved by either a full frontal assault or some sort of stealth operation. A stealth operation would probably be unlikely, since after the Enclave had disposed of the outcasts, the Brotherhood of Steel Elder Lions chapter would probably be expecting an attack from the Enclave at some point. And also a missile attack is out of the question at this point, because that would destroy the water purifier, which would mean that the Enclave's noble goal of purifying the wasteland would be lost. The final objective before the credits roll would be to liquidate everyone at the Citadel, including Sarah Lyons, Elder Lions, and even young Arthur Maxton. Arthur Maxton may be young, but as the Enclave, we must understand that the Brotherhood runs through his blood, and as long as his heart is still beating, so too does the heart of the Brotherhood. Come on guys, the ends justify the means. We know the Enclave can do missile barrages from the oil rig, so this assault would probably start off with some sort of lethal barrage of missiles and then end with a full frontal assault to clean up any of the Brotherhood dogs who remain alive. There would still be Brotherhood patrolling around the capital wasteland at this point, but as they would be cut off from both the Brotherhood in the west and the Brotherhood Elder Lions chapter, they would be disorganised and ineffective, unable to make any real difference. And perhaps after the capital wasteland has been liberated and the credits have rolled, there could be some sort of bonus missions where you help President John Henry Eden consolidate power. Certain people within the Enclave have enough power and influence to challenge the president's leadership. With the current goals met, if their loyalty is even slightly in question, then they're no longer needed. Thank you for your service to the nation and the Enclave. You have outlived your usefulness. Please face the wall. Being able to join the Enclave would mean that there would be a ton of cool side quests to do, perhaps some which can give you a view of the capital wasteland and its residents from a new perspective. Maybe you could load up on a vertibird with your new buddies and go and liberate a few settlements for the Enclave. Not only would it be fun to show the residents of the wasteland that democracy is non-negotiable, but you'd also look good whilst doing it in your new cool power armour and with your plasma rifle. If you managed to make it to the rank of general, you'd be cutting about in a uniform like this. You'd be the drippiest motherfucker in the entire wasteland. Obviously, one of the first things you'd be doing as an Enclave gunman is putting a stop to that reprehensible propagandist and enemy of the state 3-Dog. Eliminating him and allowing the people of the capital wasteland to hear the real truth would be a great honour and privilege for everyone involved.
You're gonna be the best thing that ever happened to Galaxy News in a long time.
Hopefully, the Enclave won't change the music cue, because although 3-Dog is an evil Brotherhood propagandist, he sure does know which tracks to pick. Even groups with a little military power would need to be dealt with. This means even the likes of the Talon Company and Riley's Rangers. Riley's Rangers would be quite easy to deal with as they're not large in number, but perhaps a mission could be based around tracking them all down across the ruins of DC and eliminating them one by one. There is evidence to support the fact that the Talon Company is currently working with the Enclave, so we will probably wait until after the main missions have been complete to liquidate them. They'll get what's coming to them, don't worry about that. The new story and side missions could centre around establishing a presence within the capital wasteland, helping those who need to be helped, and liquidating those who need to be liquidated. Alternatively, also liquidating those who need to be helped. I do admit that there may be some downsides to joining the Enclave instead of joining those communist simps in the Brotherhood of Steel. The most obvious one is that the dirty wastelanders may not appreciate what you're doing for them. This may result in you being thrown out of bars, unable to trade with traders, or even being banned from towns altogether. It's okay if you're banned from Megaton though, you can always just blow that place up. I can assure you that these dirty wastelanders, these are so low worth and are low IQ because obviously anyone with any high IQ or any worth at all has already joined the Enclave. To sum up this section of the video, the only negative thing about joining the Enclave is that you are a victim of your own success. In the end, I think that the Enclave is definitely the better choice due to them being the real good guys and also being the real patriots. The Enclave doesn't currently collect taxes. Imagine how powerful the Enclave will be once they've instituted fair, real American taxes to the masses and have conscripted the wasteland peasants into the Enclave forces as cannon fodder. The unwashed masses are expendable. Democracy is not. You should petition Bethesda to make a game where you can play the whole game as the Enclave. If you disagree with me at any point of this video, you are obviously an enemy of the state and you will be marked for liquidation by the Enclave. We will see you very soon. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and if you're a real patriot to the Enclave, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Just to break character for a minute, to just give an update on the channel and where we're at right now. You may have noticed, if you're a subscriber and you actually watch my videos, that I've gone from weekly to bi-weekly videos recently, and this is really just because my work has been really busy at the moment. I've been working a shit ton of overtime and stuff like that, and life, it's just that point in life where things are just getting in the way. But this is really fun hobby for me. I really love writing these videos and actually editing and doing all the stuff that's involved in it. It's a really good creative outlet for me. And also I wanted to say a big thank you for reaching 1,000 subscribers. I didn't really address it because I don't really want to clutter up your feed with a post or anything like that. I think that's kind of shit. I just want to release videos that people will enjoy, click on, think they're funny, get some enjoyment out of them. I'm not really a guy who posts on social media or anything like that a lot. I just want to do my videos and get on with it, to be honest. So thanks a lot guys, and if you watched this far, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Maybe everyone who's listening to this part of the video is asleep and they're just got autoplay on, and it just so happens that my videos come on.